Welcome to Mostly Minutia. I'm Colleen Lindell, and this is episode 47, Lockdown, an Italian Perspective. This is an interview I did on April 21st, which at the time of this recording is just 2 weeks ago. In this episode, I interview Carmen Mazzola. Carmen was born and raised in Sorrento, Italy, one of the most beautiful places on earth. Most people will recognize Sorrento by its steep climbing cliffs and sweeping views of the Mediterranean Sea. Sorrento is part of the Amalfi Coast and a major tourist destination. Carmen is owner and head chef at La Cucina Del Gusto, a cooking school and restaurant she created. She gives lessons to tourists from all over the world, teaching them how to make authentic pastas and pizzas Neapolitan style. Known to be the life of the party, Carmen loves to have fun with her clients. Oftentimes, after cooking and wining and dining her guests, she'll come to the restaurant floor and entertain for hours, frequently turning the entire evening into one big dance party. Carmen has a very interesting story in that on March 8th, just one day before Italy's lockdown, Carmen got married. And since then, she and her husband, Giuseppe, have spent every single day of their marriage thus far in lockdown. But for them, this is not a problem. They both enjoy cooking, they both enjoy each other, and they both enjoy creating and inventing new ideas. For them, the real problem is the economy. Sorrento is a coastal town that is dependent on tourists for its survival. And since Carmen's cooking school tailors to tourists, the question is, when will people begin to travel again? A quick note, Carmen is the good family friend of my fiancé, Michael. Michael is fluent in Italian and sat with me through this interview for any translating purposes. From time to time, he will interject and even ask a question. Here's Carmen. So I'm wondering if you can explain to the listener just what was happening like the week leading up to your wedding. Was there already talk of the country going into lockdown?
Yeah. But, people, they were just talking about the idea that all the Italy was locked down. But they were just thinking how to do. And in the night of the 7th of March, so during the night before my wedding, arrived to us the news that everything has to be locked down. And also the wedding, they were not allowed. My excuse was that while we just got the news during the night, people, they were sleeping. So on Sunday morning, nobody knew in time that we cannot really celebrate the wedding. So we were really, really lucky.
Okay.
So we start right away to apply the rules that we have to respect. So the distances and the thing that no more than 20 people can be in a small area. So there was a police looking for that.
Okay.
Otherwise, they have to cancel the ceremony and the wedding meal.
So
we was just being lucky.
Yeah. Okay. So you're saying, because the news came in the night when people were sleeping and had really no knowledge or planning.
Exactly.
You're saying they allowed you to have your wedding in spite of
Exactly.
that. Okay.
Also because they think that the restaurant organized a wedding for under 30 people. Mm-hmm. So all the food, everything, so was too late. The food was already to the restaurant, the waiters, everything we booked was already there. Also because we paid a deposit of 10,000 euro, lots of things happened. And so they decided to let us celebrate our wedding, but with some restriction. Mm-hmm. But it was okay. Honestly, we didn't feel bad because we had a fun time. But if it was the day before on Monday, absolutely, there was no possibility to celebrate. It was too late.
Wow. That's amazing, Carmen.
Oh, yeah.
It's like...
Because it was a destiny. Because, they said, or now or never. And so,
Right. What were you going to say,
So,
baby?
Well, I was just wondering, like you said, police at the wedding. Like, was there an actual police? Was it carabinieri or like?
erano vigili. The one generally they took care of the traffic, and the one they were in charge of all the rules of the mayor of the town hall of Sorrento. And so they came the first time, but they checked that everything was okay, and they also, because they got lots of phone call, because you have to know that that's a small area, and people, they are just strict in their mind, and they were jealous of things. They say, why she has to have a party and we are, lots of things.
Yeah.
But thank God everything was, because we decided to listen. Because if instead, I'm a fighting person, but if I decided to fight with them, I was not getting any accordance or permission. So I just said, okay, you want to stay here, just stay here outside, we don't care, because we are doing nothing wrong. And that's the reason. So
Yeah, so not many people can say that their wedding was chaperoned by police officers.
I'm lucky on that. So my brother said that just to celebrate my wedding is happening at the end of the world, because it was something that nobody was expecting. And so that's, that's happened.
Right.
But the problem is that is different, because that I talk with some of my American clients, and the situation is different, because you can go from one place to the other. For example, we can't. We have to be at home. And the only reason to go out are pharmacy or supermercato, just to get our food. And before to leave our house, we have to sign, a paper with all the detail, and we have to say why we are moving.
Wow.
And if the police stop you and they are not happy of your excuse, you pay a ticket of from €400 to 4,000.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yes, we are like in prison. It's something serious. And if you see Sorrento, it's like a desert. It's something sad.
Yeah.
Because generally the season starts in March. And, Easter, everything empty. Restaurants, cooking school, bar, cafe, everything is closed except pharmacy and supermarket. That's it. For now, that's the situation. Now there are some new rules, and they say that the 5th of May, some store like the hair makers, the nails, things like that, they are opening, and with lots of restriction.
Okay.
For example, one person at a time in an area of 40 square meters. So also in a restaurant, that before, for example, my small restaurant was for 50 people, 50 seats. Now, concerning the new rules, is no more than 15 people.
Wow.
Personally, with the cooking school, I don't think I can open, because I don't work with Italians. I don't work with the locals. I just work with Americans, international clientele. And I'm sure that they will not come in Italy minimum until August, maybe, if we are lucky, maybe. So the restaurants can open because they also work with the locals. But the locals, they have not so much money left. Because we are getting nothing from the government. It's,
Okay.
It's not like Trump that I heard. I don't know how much is true, that you're getting $1,200 per person and $500 per kids. Here, no. They are just giving us €600 a month, but not for everybody. There are some categories of workers, like drivers, they are not getting that. Or, for example, the region, not the government, the region, they decided to give us €2,000 a month. It's not bad, but only to the activities that they made less than 100,000 euro per year. What I mean, I'm a small company and I make more than 300,000 euro a year, because here we work a lot in the summer. So means that nobody's getting this 2,000 euro, because nobody is making less than 100,000 euro a year per year. So means that the government, it's not really helping us. It's a fake help. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not real. So the situation, it's not easy. There are people that they are killing themselves for that. Not here in Sorrento, but in Naples. There are people they cannot afford. They cannot even buy the food. And that's a problem. So.
Just going back to your wedding day.
Okay.
I would like for you to describe to the listener what your wedding dress looked like.
My dress was not normal, because I'm not a normal person. Was a bit Spanish style. Was white on top with the red Swarovski, and all the long, I don't know how you call, la coda, you know.
Tail.
The train?
The tail.
Like the tail of the veil, or like the back of
The
it. I
train?
think. Yeah, the train.
Okay.
The train.
Yeah, was completely red. So it was just a little white and lots of red.
It was beautiful.
And it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And all the parents and people that they came to the weddings, they have to wear something red.
Oh, yeah?
Was a dress code, yeah. Like a color code.
I love that. Okay, so all the guests had to wear something red. And what is that your favorite color? Is it symbolic of something?
Honestly, my favorite color is black, but for a wedding it's too sad. And so my second night, I love the color because the red, it's just the passion and the life. My husband has no red, just the rose, the flower.
Oh, so you said you got married in the town hall with only 20 people inside.
Yeah, the rest of the people, they were outside.
Okay, and then at your reception, everybody had to be 1 meter away.
Each table was separate 1 meter each other. The guests, they were sit together, but at the table, they were separate. Also during the dancing, generally you dance close to people, you know. Instead, you have to be respectful of the distance.
So you went from your wedding day of like dancing and joy and, making merry, to the very next day was starting a lockdown.
And at the beginning was been not so bad. You know what I mean? You didn't know what really you was expecting. Or maybe personally, as all our people, they were just thinking there was a week, I don't know, we didn't understand the importance of the problem. At the beginning, we didn't realize all that. It was also nice to be at home after your wedding. Was not a really honeymoon, but then you started to understand that the thing, they were going worse and worse and worse every day. We are happy and we are lucky because we are safe. Think that in all Amalfi Coast and Sorrento area, we have 25 people. They got the COVID, the coronavirus, and they are at home. They are not even in the hospital because the level is very, very low. So comparing to the north of Italy, we are very lucky. We are just worried about the economical problem. That is no less important than the health, because everything is connected.
Right.
Sorrento, it's not a regular city that works with lots of factories or fashion. Sorrento is only tourism. Without tourism, we are gone. We are dead. Because all the workers, they are waiting for the season starting. Waiters, barmen, maitre d', chefs, everything. Everything stopped. And it's terrible. Really is terrible. But the government did nothing about the salary the rental. For example, at school, in my cooking school, it's not mine. I pay €2,000 a month. That when you work is nothing for the amount of money you can make. But the cooking school stopped in like December because the season here stopped in December. So from December to now, I'm not getting money. I'm just paying.
And is it like that, like even for people paying rent where they're living and even the mortgage, the government has not helped out in any way with that either? Okay.
They just, we are just trying, but ourselves, to deal with the owners of the house. And there are some that they understand because maybe they have enough money and they know that the people, they normally pay regular, but there are some they don't understand. They cannot kick you out. That's the only important thing.
Okay.
But when this finish, maybe in a month or a week or 3 weeks, I don't know, people, they have to pay all these things.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
The same is for the electricity, for the water. The government, it's not stopping the payment. And it's doing nothing for us, unfortunately.
Like through all of this, Carmen, like what are all of the emotions that you've gone through? Because you said at first it was kind of nice to just be at home.
There are days that you just really, and not because I want to we just cry. Because sometimes you are by yourself in your bed or just cooking, because that's what we are doing. Italians are cooking. They are discovering the love for cooking. Also people that normally they don't. But you are at home and people, they're making bread and pizza because everything is closed. So if you want a pizza, you cannot order. You just make yourself. But there are some days that you feel sad and you want to be strong. You want to be stronger for yourself, for your mom, for your love, for everything. But some days they're difficult because you don't know when you will start again and if you will start again. Because I explain you, there are some jobs like mine, like drivers, because Italians generally, they drive with their own car. So the drivers, they just exist because of Americans and British and Canadians. They come in the area and they don't want to drive in this narrow and dangerous street, and they prefer to hire a driver. Now start to be heavy because it's almost more than 40 days that we are locked in. And today is raining, but all the month April was been outstanding.
Wow.
Was been very hot, more than 22, 24 degrees.
Wow.
And so we were thinking also of all the money we lost because when the sun is out, people, they book their vacation and they come in the area and they spend their money and they enjoy their vacation. So now it's very heavy and we don't know. We don't know what to do.
Just hearing what you're saying, on my end, I've started just taking I took a refresher Italian course through this app that I have called Pimsleur. And we can go on walks in our neighborhood and stuff. So I've just been going on walks.
We can.
And yeah, I know. Actually, is there a way, can you go outside at all? Like, is there a balcony or like?
Oh, yes. I have a few balconies, but, if you want to just walk around,
right.
You can't.
Gosh. Well, over here on our side, I've just been dreaming of going to Italy. I know that sounds funny, but I'm like, I just keep thinking when all of this is done, next year, 2021, I'm going with Michael. We're driving through Italy. We're just taking our time. We're going to drive all the way through the whole country. I don't know. I just keep dreaming of it.
But that's something. The nice thing is that the people, Americans especially, but all over the world, loves Italy.
Yeah.
In fact, lots of people. I have cancellation in my school until now, until June for sure. But some people, they asked to be refunded, but mostly of the people, they just got like a credit, and they can travel. I don't care if now or next year or in the next 2 years, but they understood the situation and they didn't ask you the money back. So, because in this period, you know what I mean, naturally, but because the people, as you just said, they want to come in Italy, not soon, but they want to come.
Yeah.
You know, the question is, are you sure, Colleen, that this thing will finish?
Am I sure?
Yeah, because we are not. We are not sure that in June or July, now they want to open with the restriction until they didn't find, come si dice il vaccino in English?
Vaccine.
The vaccine, yeah.
Until they don't find that, nobody is safe. Nobody want to travel. Nobody want to risk. Personally, I in Sorrento, almost 15 small restaurants, they decided not to open. Because if normally you can host 40 people in your restaurant, now you can host 12. Tell me, with 12 people, that maybe they come and they don't have also so much money to spend. So maybe they share one antipasto and they just have a pasta. How you can pay your workers and how you can pay the rental of the restaurant or of the cooking school, of everything. So the small restaurant, they decided not to open at all. The big restaurants, the one of 300, 400 seats, still okay. Because also if they make 200 people, 150 people a day for lunch and for dinner, I think reducing the workers, they can survive. They can. But the small one, we can't. For this season, personally, I hope to be wrong. But I don't think that I'm wrong. I can tell to my clients, come because it's safe. Because, you know, we just have 25 people safe. But maybe safe because everybody is locked. You know.
Can you describe what your days are like right now?
I wake up like 8:39 and we organize the breakfast, and then we clean a lot, and we cook a lot. But things, not quick things. For example, 20 minutes before our conversation, we just opened a cookbook and we made like a chocolate cake with the mascarpone and lemon cream.
Oh my God.
You know. Yeah, something. Also because Giuseppe, my husband, it's a bit learning with me because we cook together just to spend time together.
Yeah.
We do lots of with YouTube. We do like a bit of come si dice, ginnastica, fitness, exercise. Not so many because I'm not a really sports girl, but just a few, like 30 minutes in the morning because we cannot walk. And we play cards and we think of a new business or new things to do. For example, now we're organizing a small company selling masks because here it's not easy to find. So we are buying from China. We are selling to locals. Yeah,
that's really smart.
Yeah, just to do something. But because you're getting crazy, you know.
Yeah.
I'm working on my cookbook, so translate, add more recipe, do things like that. Organize things that normally you have not so much time to do.
Yeah.
Trying to invent, to create things, but it's not easy. Not easy because you cannot go, nothing. You cannot go out. So if you want to paint the house, for example, that's a good time to paint the house. All the stores are closed. You can't.
All the projects are on hold. Everything's on hold. Yeah. I actually did not know that you guys don't have delivery of food because our restaurants are closed except that you can order the food and you can, we can go pick it up or they can deliver it to us.
At the beginning, they did the same with us, but after 2 days, they decided to lock down everything. And now De Luca. De Luca is the boss of our region, so he's working, but it's still working on. But honestly, Colleen, people now, they are at home. And Italians, they have in the blood the cooking thing.
Yeah.
And they are not so much money to spend.
Yeah.
If you think that to buy a pizza for a family, you spend like 20 euro, 22 euro for a large family pizza. Here you can make for 5 euro. Because, 20 euro maybe is nothing, but 20 euro, people, they have not enough money. They can buy here a pound of meat, maybe a pound and a half of meat.
Okay.
And they can eat for a couple of 2-3 days. You know what I mean? So I'm sure that now they are opening on the 4th of May the hair maker.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure that lots of people they are going, because to color and to cut your hair you need 50 euro. Also because you think I'm at home, so I'm not going out. Maybe if I started to work, is a good reason to color and organize my hair, make my hair. But if I have to be locked down in the house, I can use the 50 euro for something more important.
When the lockdown does relax a little bit, what is it that you would most like to do first?
The first thing I want to do, and it's true, is just to spend a couple of days with my mom, because I'm personally very related to her and I miss her a lot.
Yeah.
And the normal things, just walk. I don't care going to the beach or going to a restaurant. I just want to walk outside. Just walk with not to be scared that the police stop you because he's not happy of what you declare on the paper you sign. You just pay 400 euro for nothing.
Yeah. Carmen, we've been talking for about an hour now, so I think we can conclude just so you can have your time back. But
I wanted that my husband. Can I call him?
Yes.
So he want to say, Juicy, Joe. And so, I talk about you a lot.
Okay.
So he know everybody of you through me. So
that's great.
Eccolo qua.
Hello.
Ciao Giuseppe.
Ciao ciao.
Lui è Michael, lui parla italiano benissimo.
Piacere. Ciao.
We hope to see all of you together here in Sorrento.
Yeah.
Really will.
Yeah.
So,
and it will be a big celebration.
Oh, yes, it will be.
I think, honestly, you guys had like the miracle wedding.
I agree with you.
It was just like up until the last second, Like you said, it was destiny.
Yeah, a destino. But because I think that God, for me was, you don't know me from so much, long time. But I'm 42. And my mom, she lost she never thought that something like that can happen. And so he has necessary to be the 8th of March. Otherwise, they lost the everything. So was the last chance I had. So.
Well, Carmen, do you think that maybe we could do like a follow-up phone call or a Zoom call, like maybe in, 6 weeks or something?
Absolutely. When you want. I'm happy to share with you, I hope, good news, just to let you understand what really is happening. Because sometimes the news, some they are real, some they're not. Because if you hear the news on the TV, you think that the government, for example, it's helping us, but they are doing nothing. And we can tell you that because we are the one waiting for money and for help, but we are getting nothing.
Yeah.
So we can tell you the truth.
Since this recording, Carmen has started creating an online cooking school. If you'd like to learn how to make authentic Neapolitan pastas and pizzas, please go to chefcarmensorrento.com and send her a note in the contact section, or send her an email at chefcarmen77@gmail.com. The music I continue to feature in my episodes is by Chris Zabriskie off his album, I Made This While You Were Asleep. This track is the first track on the album, and it's called I'm About to Do the Second Hardest Thing I've Ever Done. During this quarantine, so many of our lives have been oddly put on hold, and we are now trying to maintain mental and physical health, reimagine our lives, and find routines. There are several things I've been doing to help myself in this time, but there are two things which have stood out for me. One is creativemornings.com. Creative Mornings is a hub of over 20,000 creatives from all over the world. On their site, you can sign up for virtual field trips. These are hour-long classes taught and hosted by creatives. You can find classes on meditation, improv, calligraphy, reading and understanding contracts, writing resumes, etc. And they're all free. The other thing that's been instrumental in my life during this time is Madeline Doerr's podcast, Routines and Ruts. Madeline interviews creatives about their routines, how they maintain them, how they deal with their moods, and what happens when they get into ruts. What their self-talk is like, how they maintain their art. You can find the Routines and Ruts podcasts wherever you stream your podcasts. As always, links to all of these are in today's show notes, which you can find right now in this episode's description. Just scroll down and you should see it right there.